Hey fam, let me ask you a question. What is love without being vulnerable? What is love without showcasing the true you? What is love without you taking off your mask and being your 100% authentic self with the person that you choose to say or chose to say, I like you, I love you, yes, I do. See, so many of us are out here and we are super scared. I mean, super scared to be vulnerable with our partners, with our loved ones, even with our husband, and especially with our wives. We are vulnerable because of the things that they may think of us, what they might say, the judgment, everything that comes along with you being in that relationship. And it's just things that we think about, we get scared, and guess what? There are a number of things that could make you not be vulnerable in your relationship. I'm going to give you four of those reasons here today, but I first want to say that the only way, sis, the only way, brother, that you will experience the most blissful relationship that you could ever experience is for you to be vulnerable with your spouse, is for you to be vulnerable with your mate. That is the only way that you will experience true love. And some of the reasons, I should say, one of the reasons why you could be scared of showcasing and sharing your love, and especially being vulnerable with your spouse, is because you feel that you are giving up your power. Yes, you feel that you are giving up on your power. You're giving your partner your power. You're fearing what they're going to say. You're fearing how he or she is going to look at you. You're fearing if they're going to make you the butt end of their joke. You're fearing that once I bring this stuff up to them at a later date, is he or she going to bring this up to me? Is he or she going to throw this in my face later on? And so you decide to keep all of that in or share this much. But guess what? When you start to share this much, you get this much back in return. Meaning in the love department, that's how much you're receiving back in return when you are giving this much. You're not giving up your power. It's actually strength in showing how vulnerable you can be. It's strength in showing those tears. That one is specifically for the men. There is strength in you showing me, the person that you said I do to, the person that you claim and profess to everybody that you love. That is another way that you are going to add to the foundation of our relationship. You are also letting me know that you trust me. You're also letting me know that you got my back as well as I got your back. And that is showing me in the form of you being vulnerable. Another reason why we're scared to be vulnerable is because we are scared of what us, ourselves, may see. So we're scared of what we may see within ourselves that's now coming out and now being showcased to our spouse. So we don't want to be vulnerable because we're scared of what we may see. We're scared that we may break down. We're scared that because we've been holding all this in, again, being vulnerable, somebody could take advantage of you, and you don't want to do that, right? But when you're not doing that, you're literally missing out on the best thing that could ever have happened to you. Especially if you're a person who is saying, this is the best person, or this is the best thing that's ever happened to me. But you're saying that. But your mate is probably not saying that because you're not showcasing the true you. You're not being your 100% authentic self. And he or she is, which is why you love them, because they're able to be vulnerable with you. They're able to let down their guard with you. They're able to be themselves with you. But you're not giving them the same courtesy or the same trust for you to do it with them, for you to do it with her, for you to do it with him. And why is that? Which leads me to my next point. Some of the reasons why some of us do not and cannot be vulnerable with our spouse, with our mate, with our husband, with our wife is because of our past. The scars from our past are holding us back because of the things that happened to you and some of the horrible things that could have happened, or just things that you have never showcased to share with anyone before. And you're thinking that you could share them with this person. But that just makes you, that it's just too painful to bring those things up. But guess what? Once you start doing that, you let me know who you are, why you are the way that you are, why you show up, why you react the way you do. That's only helping me to understand who you are. That's only helping your partners understand who you are, why you show up the way you do, why you react the way you do, why you act the way you do, why you respond the way you do, why you shut down the way you do, why you walk out of the room the way you do, why you slam doors, why you punch walls. I'm getting a better understanding of you and who you really are. Who am I laying next to in the bed? Who are you laying next to in the bed at night? That's the only way I'm going to get to know you. That's the only way you're going to get to know me. We have to be vulnerable to one another. The final thing that I want to bring up is you are scared to be vulnerable. You are scared to be vulnerable with your mate, with your spouse, because you let fear get in the way. Fear of being hurt more than fear of being loved. So fear is getting in your way. Fear is the very thing that's holding you back from experiencing the best, most blissful, most wonderful relationship that you could ever experience. But guess what? You'll never get there. You'll never get there if you never let down your guard, if you never take off that mask, if you never become your true authentic self with your spouse, with your lover, with your mate. You will never experience the love life that you could be experiencing. So now, what are you willing to do to change this all around? How are you willing to show up from now on in your relationship? Are you willing and ready to let down your guard so your spouse, so your partner can see the true you? Are you willing today, yes, today, to go and have a vulnerable conversation, one where there has been something that's been heavy on your heart that you can share and showcase who you truly are to your spouse? Are you willing to do that in order to experience the most wonderful, blissful relationship, the one that you dream about, the one that you fantasize about? Are you willing to give up some of that power that you think that you are giving away in order to come out on the other side that much more connected to your spouse so he or she can understand who you are? That's the question of the day. What are you willing to do?